Welcome back, mamas. We are back with another energy reading for all of my mothers. I'm going to be doing energy readings for a little while just so I can connect with the energy. And then I'm going to be channeling and delivering the message that I'm getting from the cards. Now, I'm going to start a little tradition here on this channel. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to tap in with my energy, and I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. Um, and then I'm going to tap into the collective mother energy, and I'm going to tell you what I'm sensing. Okay. So I'm going to tap in first. I'm going to tell you before I tell you what I'm sensing, I'm going to ask you how your day is going. And that during that, you can interact if you want to. If you want to participate, cool. If you don't, that's fine as well. Um, Whenever you got it to this message, I feel guided to just kind of create a little vibe here. So those are what my intentions are. All right. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my day. Okay. So today for me as a mother has been rewarding in a lot of ways. Um, Rewarding in a lot of ways because I'm at a phase in my life where I'm seeing my children be very self-sufficient for themselves. Um, So it is rewarding, right? At the same time, I'm experiencing a little bit of changes because I'm used to kind of like, I would say micromanaging more than delegating. And I feel like I'm going into a season of transitioning from micromanaging to delegating. And it is a little bit different than my usual flow. But I'm noticing that as a delegator, you get to sit back and watch a little bit more and kind of see your children execute how they feel like things should be, how they want to go about solving their problems, but me delegating what their responsibilities are. So giving them their tasks, giving them their responsibilities, and then them determining how they want to solve the problem or reach a resolve for whatever task they have. So I don't micromanage how they do it in the sense where I'm telling them how I want them to do it. I kind of let them, now you know what your tasks are. It's your choice how you want to experience it, how you want to delegate it. So it's rewarding in that. Um, I do feel like delegating took a lot more away from my availability in other areas of my life. So, um, like readings, um, all different channels, things that I would like to normally get to. I do feel like delegating requires more time than if I was to just do it myself. Does that make sense? Right? If I'm doing it myself, I'm chiseling away. I'm using the most efficient way to get shit done as quickly as possible to move on to the next task. But as a delegator, I have to observe and give feedback. And that requires them to come to me a lot more frequently and requires more patience because they're over here asking me more questions and needing my response or my input. So I'm at an interesting phase, but I feel like I handled it today really well. Yeah. So I'm just observing my own experience, sharing that with you. Okay. So I would love to talk about this more and kind of just know like how your day is doing when you're guided to watch this reading. How your day is doing. All right, Spirit. Before we get into the messages, tap in. Let's tap in for my collective. All my mothers out there. What's the energy for my mothers? I'm hearing something about beauty rest. Okay. We have the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So this is my hopeless romantic. Okay. So the energy right now, hmm, interesting. I'm picking up this energy of like wanting a romantic partner. Okay, wanting a romantic partner, wanting someone that loves you. They're very romantic. Something here is about a romantic. Like I'm tired of waiting for someone to be more romantic, to be more gentle. I feel like you desire, okay, what I'm tapped into is someone that desires a romantic connection. All right. You want to have those types of experiences where you guys are, barbecuing on the 4th of July, celebrating birthdays, having a tradition. Once a week, y'all all come together as a family. You would love to blend the family. It's giving here like, I wish I was able to have this type of picture or this type of image with someone. I wish this person was more romantic. I wish I didn't have to wait. Okay, here. Hmm. Wish I didn't have to wait. It's like you have a vision of potential. You have a vision of potential of the type of love you want to experience with your partner. But it feels like the high vibrational, romantic connection that you desire to have seems like you keep meeting people that are um, love bombers. They fail to plan. They fail to execute a romantic gesture. It's giving me a piss poor approach to relationships. But maybe you like this person because they're family oriented, right? So the Ten of Cups can be someone that does have the potential to be family oriented and do family activities. Um, Especially if they've shared with you that they've done these things before. Like, yeah, I used to do this, I used to do that, I was very involved. I feel like you want to experience that blended family dynamic with someone that has expressed to you or that you can see doing this with your children and you. The page, I feel like you want an amazing stepdaddy too. Stepdaddy to your child or children. But it seems like all the ones that you come across or that you're talking to or that be talking to you are childish, immature, whether they're old or not. It's giving Page of Cups in reverse. They can't they can't even imagine how to be sentimental. You know what I'm saying? They can't even figure out how to do a romantic gesture without you having to spell it out for them or something like that. I feel like you're tired of waiting for someone to get it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to have to spell it out for you and tell you. I want to be able to tell you. I want you to do it because that's what you want to do. And I do feel like you believe that there are men out there that actually are good at it when they want a person. They want to date you. They make it a part of their business to court you. You know what I'm saying? Take you out on dates, do family oriented, things. Hmm. It's like they be wanting to play house. You've attracted options that want to play house. They want you to put their guards down, and they want to do it with little to no expectation of resources. You know what I mean? The more you say the more you're looking for, or the more you desire the Ten of Cups with someone, Why do I get this vibe that you're having to convince a person to have this type? Like we could have it all together. You know what I'm saying? If you would just be more vulnerable or more emotional, we could have the Ten of Cups together. We could have a beautiful blended family together. So I feel like when you be imagining, like, oh my God, I would love this or I would love that, you're kind of giving this person clues or ideas of what you like. So, but this person's not reading between the lines. Because this person's not reading between the lines, you're contemplating of whether or not you're going to be able to have this vision that you have be successful with this love option. Now, this love option can be someone new to you, or this is someone that had to get on their feet. Since you've known them, they had to get on their feet, is what I'm getting. And I feel like you had no problem giving this person grace or time to get on their feet, especially with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse means that there was some type of breakdown in their financial situation, okay? Whether that be through child support, divorce, separation. There was some type of dysfunction, and this person allowed you in to that dysfunction by telling you like what they had dealt with. And you're like, man, if I had a man like you that was doing all of that, I would do this, I would do that. Like you're giving this person visions, okay? Like I would never tell you no, and you paying all the bills. There may be a part to this person's what they have shared with you that's a little bit like a white lie. Okay, they may have stretched the truth a little bit. Maybe they didn't tell you about how they were gallivanting or running the streets. Pretty much, whoever this person is, the reason why they don't have that family that they wanted is because if this is a new person to you, they don't have it because they didn't respect someone's boundaries. They didn't help out. They literally quit. Ten of Pentacles in reverse is saying they quit long before their ex left them. They emotionally, financially, and spiritually tapped out of that relationship long before they were before the paper was signed. Okay, long before they went their separate ways. Um, this is someone that did not want. They didn't want to be a. They didn't want to give. They were like, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm too tired for this. All I do is work." They didn't want to give romance. Mm-mm. And I feel like they didn't want to give romance because they were hitting the streets with someone else, rocking the boots with someone else. But they had like a solid base home to come back to. And they're more mad about losing that solid base home to come back to than they are um than they are about losing the person that they had the solid base home with. And I feel like this is this person's comfort zone. So you're dealing with someone that has a comfort zone of complacency. They disappoint a lot of people romantically. They disappoint their partner that they're in a serious relationship by love bombing them. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I can't do it because if I tell my ex that I'm talking to you and you have children, she'll get jealous and she'll try to take my money or put me on child support. Someone here is lying. Seven of Swords is not out here, but Ten of Wands is saying the bulk of the responsibilities is on the shoulders of their partner, was on the shoulders of their ex or whoever. They may even still, with all this Ten of Pentacles, this could be someone that is conversating with you while they're at work, but they still live or they're still involved some way, somehow with another person. And so they project a lot of their frustration by defacing. Okay, this Queen of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So they be talking about this woman like things they would never say to her face. They say it to you about this woman, but they're not true statements. It's embellished lies. It's gaslighting. Because if you really looked at everything for what it was, the Two of Pentacles is suggesting that it looks happy on the outside, but behind closed doors, the male in this situation is giving a piss poor approach to showing up in that family dynamic, which means she's one person is giving, you know how they say 80-20? It's giving like that type of energy. They're giving the masculine in this situation is giving the bare minimum. And this masculine feels like the more they tell you about how they are unhappy in their relationship or how they're being treated, how they work two jobs, how they still have to come home, and she wants me to help with the kids and she wants me to help with that, and it's never enough, but yet she works too. This person chose this for themselves, and this person feels like the more they confide in you, the more you'll put your guards down and you'll start to imagine and fantasize about having the perfect life with them, and eventually you'll lower your standards, and eventually, even if they can't take you out on a date or show you in public, or they can't wine and dine you or bring you flowers, all the things that you should be receiving when you meet someone new, they don't have to give it to you, because you're now, instead of you keeping your standards high, you're empathizing with how difficult their plight might be and why they can't show up for you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but that's the energy that I'm tapped into. Yep. Like a bridge over troubled water. I feel like you're even saying to this person, like, damn, I'm sorry you had to go through that. They're saying, like, man, it was easier when I was with you. I didn't have to worry about this. I didn't have to worry about that. It's like buttering your buns, right? Butter your biscuits. You're like, man, I feel like all the things that I put you through, I don't deserve that kind side of you. You were so generous. You did it all by yourself. I'm sure they missed that version of you. Some of you guys, if this is a old person, they missed that version of you. They want to be able to constantly come back. You guys had like a mutual understanding. Like, yes, it's like ultimately I want to marry you. Ultimately I want to be with you. But if you think about what they really was doing, they weren't really doing much. If anything, you were setting up the functions. You know what I'm saying? You were setting the dates. You were setting the dates and protecting this person's reputation and making it seem like this person had orchestrated the surprise party, had took you out on a date, but really you set the reservations, you picked out your clothes, and you gave them the itinerary of where to be at a certain time. Truth be told, this person is only able to lie because they have a long line. They have a lot of people that will over romanticize. Okay, over romanticize this person's qualities, and the more they over romanticize this person's qualities, the less standards that they have. All right. And then now you're so deep in the lie, you got to stay with the person because you now you want to avoid a disaster where it's like, well, wait a minute. If it was such a good relationship, why y'all break up? Then you have to explain, right? Well, I'll have to explain how they weren't really shit the whole time. I just made them, I made them shine. I made them look good. I polished them. I refined them. Yeah, this is someone that likes to sneak their way in to have you like protect the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Protect the marriage, protect the relationship. And everybody waiting to find out who this person gonna choose. It's three ladies out here and a lot of talking, which means this person talks to more than one person on the line, but only one person knows the truth. So either this person, I don't know, who is this person that knows the truth? Okay, the person that released them for their own happiness. Yeah. The person that was confined to this relationship as two working adults. They were confined to this relationship and the person quit on the relationship. And so they stopped taking orders from this person. They stopped being Sonic and the Hedgehog and was like, listen, I'm finna roll down, I'm finna roll, go in another direction. I'm gonna do what makes me happy and I'm leaving this situation. We all adults. Who is this energy over here with the Page of Wands? Someone that refuses to grow. They don't know they don't know how to pick flowers. They don't know how to renew the vase. They don't know how to seize romantic opportunities. They know what they should do, but they don't feel like they have to do it. So this is the one that gets to skip the romantic part. So you want this person to date you properly, take you out, buy you flowers, do all that romantic gesture shit. And this is someone that's trying to convince you that you don't need all that. The flower's gonna die anyway. But they can't tell you that, so they have to do it in a creative way. I'm gonna creatively tell you that that's something that's superficial. That's something that people want. Meanwhile, the flowers die. And then eventually you say to yourself, you know what? You're right. Why do I like flowers? Okay? That's how someone's capable of tricking a person. Show me the Page of Cups. Whoa, someone's trying to fuck your relationship. Someone's trying to cop block you. Someone wants to do some type of mirror magic. I just felt myself get really upset on the inside. Let me tell you the type of mirror magic that they want to do. They want to cast and project their ideologies, their characteristics, their mannerisms, their behavior patterns into a child that you have. And they want that child to remind you of they pappy so much to the point that it annoys you, to the point where you're like, these qualities, their weakest, not their positive qualities. They don't want this person to be a gentleman. They don't want this child to be uh, sweet, kind, gentle. They want this child to be chaotic. disruptive. They want this child to be like, oh, I don't ever want a blended family situation. If you ever talk to another man, they're gonna start acting out and taking on mannerisms. This is someone that wants to cast and project themselves onto a infant or a kid. And so this person is choosing. So pay attention if someone is choosing to isolate and only hang out with one child over the other. They want to get this child alone so they can project their mannerisms, right? Because what's conditioning? The more I see it, the more it's a routine, the more I expect this type of behavior, the more I'm accustomed to it. I don't even realize I'm talking like someone. I don't even realize I'm acting like someone. And it's all learned patterns of behavior. But the best time to get to imprint in that way is during transitions of development. Okay. So when you go to the doctor and they say, okay, are they reaching milestones, right? So when children reach certain milestones, after they have acquired that milestone, they go through a subconscious reset, which allows them to take on new programs and new ideologies and new beliefs. And so when that happens, it's very important that those transition marks that you are meeting certain marks, okay, in the development process. This is someone that understands that I can confuse that with this blender energy. I can change you from what you used to be and I can rewire you, but it has to be I can only disrupt it by doing the routine. Okay? So this person is trying to create a monster. And if you ever get in a relationship with this blended family card, this person's objective is for that child to be turned off by you, okay, and push away from you and cleave. Right now, the objective is to get this child to cleave to their father and turn from their mother. Mm-hmm. And this is because some way, somehow, just the very bare minimum that this father is doing psychologically, a child doesn't register the dysfunction of a household. A child doesn't register how they can't pay for this or pay for that. All the child knows is that you're trying, that you at least want to say hi, that you at least want to see them, that you at least put them under the same roof. Fathers will, these types of fathers that get their child and leave them their kids sitting alone and don't play with them and they just house them, but they don't give them attention, they don't give them affection. Over time, you create a void in that child, you create a longing in that child, and the child doesn't ask for much because they are doing exactly what you did, being comfortable with just the bare minimum. Um, so eventually, it's like, well, at least I want to spend more. You think you psychologically tricking yourself to think that you're spending time with that person, but all you're doing is doing what the other person is doing, right? So you sit in one room, they sit in the next room, this one on the video game, the next one on the video game, never crossing paths with each other. This is the objective, and the objective is to affect your love life. So um this is someone's intentions to affect your love life where nothing gets to bloom for you, all right, and putting your guards down. And this person is also double timing because they want you to lose your shit, right? Because you're like, oh no, I see that bullshit going a mile away, I ain't gonna accept that shit, right? But what happens when you see something ahead of time and then that child, now it's a double-edged sword, and this person knows that I want this child to be mad at you because if you restrict contact to protect them, they resent you, okay, which means either way it go, the truth will hurt, the truth will disrupt something. Okay. Now, in order to save this child, here's where it gets really funky. In order to save this child in this dynamic, mm, depending on what direction, I feel like you're already in this vortex, like the wheel is already spinning. Like this has already been initiated some way, somehow. So, whatever manifestation that this person is working on, they're already manifesting it. So, in these types of dynamics, when there's spell work involved, mirror magic, projection, this is for someone is directly trying to affect your happiness, your attraction. They don't want you to get seen. Someone has to literally tear down and deface your beauty, deface the way that this child perceives your image, right? And they have to tie you in to be with the Queen of Wands. Oh, you just want attention. You just want that. So right now, this this male, okay, this father figure is trying to portray themselves as being a saint. Okay, so this is the reason why they don't want the other women that they're talking to cross paths with you or their kids, because right now they're working on manifesting something. Now, every time this person, because they're manifesting with the Page of Wands, here's what happens. They manifest and it's on a time clock, right? Because this is trying to reroute your destiny. This is trying to emotionally hurt you. I want to hurt you. So the only way to hurt you is to hurt your creation, to hurt what you love, right? So creating that dysfunction will put this child in a position where they have to choose. Every time, if you look in the Bible, right? And where this is spiritual warfare, if you ask me. But in the Bible, there's a part where two women this is a play, this is a feminine play, to be honest with you, which means there is a Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. There is another woman or another mother that is pillow talking and giving advice on how to handle this situation to hurt you. Okay, so there's more people involved that are all working to hurt you because they're pissed at you and using your child's father as a weapon because they're the closest to you. Okay, so here in this situation with exploration and opportunity, we have the compass in reverse. So this is saying that spirit has to remove you from being able to know what direction this person is going in, because when shit hits the fan, the truth won't always prevail, as disruptive as it may be. When there is mirror magic affecting any dynamic, when there is spell work affecting any dynamic, it's on borrowed time because it is delaying destiny. Period. Okay. So in this situation, does that mean that what's meant for you is not going to come in? No. The dysfunction is going to make it difficult for both you and the father to maintain what you have. You will lose things, abundance, resources, X, Y, and Z. When that happens, you're going to be forced to go to the legal system. Okay, study room. Hear me out. Hear me out. You know this. You know this beast. Okay? You have been humbling this beast for a very long time. Unchecked is giving unchecked potential. Research, facts, choice. Okay? Once you see what you see, you gather your facts, then you got to make a choice. Is it going to be the father or the child? And so what do you do? You surrender. Does that mean it won't be easy? It's saying that you surrender. You don't tell them, oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna have to put you on child support, or I'm gonna have to do that, no, you surrender. This person already made a choice when they decided not to grow. Okay, when they decided to do the same shit over and over and over again, when they decided to sit down and listen and accept counsel from from a bitter mother, cousin, it's the feminine energy, auntie, somebody. Somebody is bitter. And it looks like the third party is more bitter that you are walking away happy. It's like, how dare you let this person walk away happy? And meanwhile, look at you. I'm disgusted. This mother, someone figure is disgusted with someone because they feel like they should have stabbed you deeper. They should have hurt you deeper. And then they watch you. They watch you on television. They watch you. This person is avoiding a disaster. So you think I'm trying to avoid a disaster, but Spirit is saying what you don't see, it's gonna be forced upon you. Something's about to be forced upon you. I don't know. That's what I'm getting for today's energy reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest, y'all.